All right, trigo. Thanks. Okay, as well as struggling about how to create a homebrew world. Okay, you have the systems in your head, know how you want to start and end the campaign story, but I'm having a rough time how to do it. Going general to specific or the other way around. So you'll find different perspectives on this. I don't actually think you need a whole world to run a campaign. Um, I think all that you really need to run a game is your next session. That's it. Now, obviously, like having some big goals and ideas that um, you can use going forward is great. But I think I ended up kind of with this orientation towards campaign design because very early on I kind of decided I didn't want to waste my time preparing and planning a bunch of stuff that I wasn't going to use. So as early as I possibly can in a campaign, I'm really only planning one session at a time. That way it doesn't bother me which direction the players go, what they decide to do. I just need to know by the end of the session what they're going to do the next time. So for starting a campaign, I usually develop a starting town, starting location. It doesn't have to be a town, it could be a ship, it could be a tower. Maybe they all meet in prison or on some strange plane under weird circumstances, but there's some starting zone. And I would have a pretty good understanding of that. And then I would have sort of an adventure that they can go on to kick things off that's probably pretty close to home. And really after that, um, I usually give I sort of open up options slowly, um, and then ramp it up as the campaign continues. So, at level 2 and 3, there might only be like two good options for the party to pick from. And then the next time they might have a quest board, and now there's like 4 or 5 pretty interesting things they can choose from. And then eventually they're learning about these threats, in the region, and they can travel different directions and maybe can take on some goals of their own. But I think initially, to get things started, it's all about that first session being compelling, an initial adventure that's fun to do. I think that I think that one of the traps that I've fallen into, and still I spend a lot of time mentally trying to dig myself out of this, is the trap of feeling like, well, I've only got so many good ideas, right? And so it's like, okay, I'm going to build my world and my campaign, and okay, it's going to be this much long, and I've got like, I don't know, 10 good ideas. So I'll divvy that up into 10 chunks, and that way there's always a good idea, and I spread it out. But these are the only ideas that I have. And I think that that's an unhelpful sort of pattern of thought. I think that in reality, or not in reality, I think the better way to go is, it's like, use your fine china. What's the idea that you're most excited to do with a new group, a new campaign at your table, and then do it. Uh, and then there's going to be kind of that panic of like, well, I don't know what to do next. It's like, that's great. Well, now you're going to find the next great fun idea. But the momentum and the energy and the fun that will generate from you using your good china, using your ideas that you're holding and saving for later for some perfect situation, just burn them. Just use that, get that on the table. Um, there's always more ideas out there. There's always more exciting things. And once the game is rolling and once the players are involved and adding their own elements and it becomes their story just as much as it is yours, there's going to be a whole set of new ideas that now that you've freed yourself from having to like plan and prepare for this idea way out there, you use those good ideas, and you go, oh, where do I get more ideas from? Well, let me just scoop up these ideas that are present, at the table because of this party in this unique set of characters and what they're doing. And I think that that's a machine that can generate. And then you can come back to the stream here and the community, and we'll help you brainstorm the next awesome idea. And then you're just trying to stay ahead of a wagon on fire being pulled by. Then it's just about try to keep pace with an awesome game, which is a good place to be in. Is that true, Connor? The length of the average campaign is 6 sessions? Are you? Is that? Do you have that? Was that like a poll done somewhere, or is that just sort of like a common wisdom? Because like most campaigns don't finish. I assume most campaigns aren't that short. I assume that's like most campaigns fail, not fail, but like they fail to pick up the speed and keep going. Wizards did a study. Can you link that up in the stream chat? I'd be really curious about that. Yeah, yeah, Trigo. I think you'll. I think I'm sure you have like a couple of ideas that could be implemented early on in the campaign, and just go for it. Just use them. They're awesome, and they deserve to be on the table, and your players are gonna love them.